I'm out in some local woodland today and I'm looking for a spot. Let's try up here. I found two trees together and this may be perfect for what I'm trying to do. Not quite. Oh, what about over here? I think this will do. The reason I've come out here this morning is to test out some tarps. And when I say test out, I was going to test out the colouring. I've brought with me 3 tarps from DD Hammocks. I've got the MC, the Multicam. I've also got the olive green, and the one that interests me was the forest green, because you don't see much of the forest green. So what I plan on doing is just doing a side-by-side comparison and see how well they blend into the woodland. Hoping I got the distance right in between these 2 trees. I've got enough paracord. I got lucky. I don't do anything complicated in terms of knots. I've got these little clips I bought from Amazon, these little connectors. I just tie off behind with a loop so I can undo the loop and just take it off if I need to. And it's simply a case of getting a bit of tension in there and wrapping him round, and you're done. For extra security, what you can do is just wrap it round one more time. They don't tend to go anywhere. As I said, I got 3 tarps. Camo. That's your classic green. Your olive. And I've got the woodland as well. We're in the middle of September, and just by putting these bags on the ground, you can already see the effectiveness of the MC, the Multicam camouflage pattern. I'm going to put them up one by one, and you can judge for yourself how effective you think they are. I've been using tarps from DD Hammocks for years, and I found them to be, for the money, really good quality. I quite enjoy using them. So there's our olive green. I went out and bought the forest green. This one's 3.5 by 3.5 meters. I'm not going to get it all out. I'm just going to hang it up like a washing line. Haven't got out the packet yet. I just wanted to compare the 2 greens. So if any of you out there are thinking, oh, do I need the forest green? Or do I need the olive green? Hopefully it'll give you the opportunity to work out for yourselves which would be right for you. How are we doing? Well, that looks a mess, doesn't it? Just drag some of this over there. The bigger the tarp, the more unwieldy they are. Stretch him out a bit. He's not particularly tidy, but this will give you a good comparison between the 2 types of green. And I've got a Multicam. And a Multicam, this is the Pro version. I used this one in my last video, If you haven't seen that, it's worth watching. I took out my new French F2 tent that I bought from a place called Military Mart for 35 quid. It was new, like new old stock from 1993. I thought it was quite entertaining, that one. Let's throw the multicam over and spread him out as well. I'm hoping this is all kind of even-ish, and so you can get a good comparison for yourself. Let me stand back here and have a look. Obviously, the different colours are going to be suitable for different times of year. That's a bit unfair. I've got the sunshine on the one on the left. So from this angle, I can clearly see the multicam fits in very well. DD Hammocks, you've done a good job on that for this kind of environment and this time of year. I must also say that the forest green is very good, in my opinion. And the olive green, the original one I bought years ago, he stands out a little bit more. Of course, you've got to remember I've just put these up in a line for comparison. You wouldn't probably have these as high as this if you were trying to be, say, stealthy. You'd be lower onto the ground, so all three would blend in to an extent. This is the main pathway I came in on. So you can got an idea now what the terrain looks like. And I've put all three up in the distance there between two trees. Now I can clearly see, obviously, there's three tarps up, but once you start getting in and looking behind the foliage, if you was to put just a few sticks or whatever in the way, they'd be quite hard to spot. If you broke up the line at the top where I've got him on a piece of paracord. So from here, looking through some bushes, well, some tree branches, I think all blend in quite well. I've got one more angle for you. As I said, this is just a comparison between the colours. I should have brought the brown out with me really, but I didn't think about that. I thought as it's early autumny, the more greeny colours would work. I think the brown might work reasonably well as well. They do a coyote brown. I've got one of them, but I didn't bring him out today, stupidly. So what do you think? What's your opinion of how well they blend into this environment? Let's go along the top so you can get a good comparison of the two greens, the olive green and the forest green. I'm trying to get as much greenery in the background so you can get an idea of how they perform. Quick sweep back. The only reason I made this video is because I've never seen anyone do a comparison of the forest green and the olive green. Clearly, the environment around you helps to dictate which tarp you want to take out. If you're going a bit stealthy, woodland, etc. Having said that, not everybody has 3 or 4 tarps. Just out of curiosity, let me know any tarps you got in the comments. I've got about 3, 4, I've probably got about 8 in total. There must be somebody out there with more tarps than me. This little experiment test today was just to say to you, if you're thinking of getting a tarp and you haven't got one, and you're only going to have one tarp of a particular size, then hopefully it gave you an idea of which would be the best colour to go for. These aren't going in here as tidy as I got them out. I gave up with trying to put them in the little bags. Like I said, these little metal clips are dead easy. You just unclip that there and you're gone. In terms of paracord, you don't need to stress about getting 550 paracord and all the rest of it. I've just got cheap paracord, which I bought. I've forgotten how much it was. It's not very much, and it's perfectly good for my needs. In terms of wrapping all this up, I just do that around my hands. Obviously, if you've got too long a length, it's not going to work very well. And then I just make it like so, wrap it round a few times. I'm sure this isn't the right way to do it. Push the end, push the loose end through the hole at the top. Put a little loop in there, like so. Pull him tight and put another little loop through. Oh, I haven't quite left enough, and that seems to hold it all together nicely. I hope today's been of some use to you. If it has, drop a like and maybe subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching. See you next time.